The tennis world had watched in stunned silence as Alexandra Eala's historic run at the Canadian Open came to a devastating halt. A 6-4, 6-0 defeat at the hands of Belinda Bencic had snapped her 7-match winning streak and left the 10,000 Filipino fans in Sobeys Stadium heartbroken. But just as the dust was settling on the defeat, a bombshell comment from one of the sport's all-time greats sent shockwaves through the tennis establishment. Maria Sharapova, 5-time Grand Slam champion. The woman Eala once called her super idol. The legend who had previously called Eala a star after her Wimbledon triumph over Iga Swiatek. Now, Sharapova had delivered a verdict that would leave the tennis world absolutely stunned. If not for her injury, Eala would have won the title. Those words from the Russian legend have ignited a firestorm of debate. Was Sharapova right? Could Eala have truly conquered the Canadian Open if not for the ankle injury she suffered against Caty McNally? The evidence is mounting, and the tennis world is grappling with a question that refuses to go away. Just how close did a 21-year-old from the Philippines come to achieving the impossible? The Sobeys Stadium crowd had been electric from the very first point. Thousands of Filipino fans packed the stands, waving Philippine flags and chanting Eala's name. But on this night, the magic that had carried the Filipina sensation through 8 consecutive victories had finally run out. Belinda Bencic, the 12th seed and Tokyo Olympic gold medalist, delivered a performance that was simply too much for the exhausted Filipina. The final scoreline was brutal, 6-4, 6-0. The statistics told the story of a player who had simply run out of gas. Bencic dominated the key numbers, winning 61.3% of the total points in the 73-minute contest. Eala won only 46.4% of her first serve points compared to Bencic's 72.4%. The Swiss star converted 3 of 6 breakpoint chances while Eala could only manage 2 breaks from 4 opportunities in the opening set. At 4-4 in the first set, with Eala serving, came the turning point that would define the entire match. Eala hit a powerful serve that Bencic barely returned. It allowed the young Filipina to move forward with an open court, but she hit her forehand back toward Bencic instead of the empty space. The Swiss veteran executed a perfect lob over the charging Eala to secure the crucial break. The opportunity was gone, and so was the momentum. From that moment on, Bencic never looked back. The 29-year-old Swiss dominated the second set, racing to a double-break lead and dictating the pace with blazing shots from the baseline. Eala had no answers. The fight that had carried her through 8 consecutive victories had finally deserted her. To understand Sharapova's shocking claim, you have to understand the injury that had derailed Eala's momentum just days earlier. It happened in the second set of her third-round match against Caty McNally. Eala hit a forehand and landed awkwardly. Her right ankle twisted beneath her. She immediately called for a medical timeout. "Yeah, I kind of rolled my ankle in that second set," Eala would later reveal. "I hit the forehand and I landed kind of wrong. I called the physio, and I think I was like, oh, I don't know what happened because it happened so fast." The physiotherapist strapped her ankle in bandages while the crowd held its breath. Despite the injury, Eala fought back, racing to a 3-1 lead in the third set and finishing off the match in 2 hours and 39 minutes. "I think I survived that one," she said afterward. The words were simple. The weight behind them was immense. But the injury had taken its toll. Eala admitted that the physically demanding schedule had begun to catch up with her. "Today was it pushed me a lot," she said. "I have a lot of matches in the bag. But that goes for good and bad. I think this is also a learning process. We're athletes, so that physical aspect is a huge part of our job." The exhaustion was compounded by the grueling schedule. Eala had played 8 consecutive matches in singles and doubles over the past 2 weeks. She had flown from Washington, where she had just won her first WTA title, to Toronto, where she played 4 matches in just 5 days. The ankle injury, while not serious, had clearly affected her movement and her ability to compete at her highest level. The tennis world had already been captivated by Eala's relationship with her idol, Maria Sharapova. Eala had never hidden her admiration for the Russian legend. "Maria was my super idol growing up," Eala had said. "She was it. I loved the way she dressed. I loved the way she fought." She had even met Sharapova as a 5-year-old child, a moment she cherished. When Eala defeated defending Wimbledon champion Iga Swiatek in the third round of Wimbledon, Sharapova had been among the tennis greats who took notice. She left a simple but telling two-word reaction on social media: a star. For most players, it was just another celebrity comment. For Eala, it meant much more. Maria is my childhood idol, someone I looked up to a lot when I was very young, Eala said. Now, Sharapova had spoken again, and this time, her words were even more powerful. In the aftermath of Eala's defeat to Bencic, the five-time Grand Slam champion revealed her assessment of what had happened. If not for her injury, Eala would have won the title. The bombshell statement sent shockwaves through the tennis world. Sharapova, who had faced Eala as a child and had watched her rise with growing admiration, was not just offering praise. She was making a declaration. A declaration that Eala had been on the path to victory before the ankle injury had derailed her momentum. A declaration that the Filipina sensation had been a title contender all along. But was Sharapova right? The evidence is compelling. Eala had arrived in Toronto riding the momentum of her historic Washington title run. She had defeated a gauntlet of champions, including Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen, defending champion Leylah Fernandez, world number 10 Alina Svitolina, four-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka, and world number 3 Jessica Pegula. The evidence supporting Sharapova's claim is undeniable. Before the injury, Eala had been playing the best tennis of her life. Her 7-match winning streak was the longest active run among all players on the WTA Tour. She had packed Sobeys Stadium, sold out tickets in under 30 minutes, and created an atmosphere that tournament director Carl Hale had described as unprecedented. The momentum had been entirely on Eala's side. She had beaten Jessica Pegula, the world number 3, in the Washington final. She had defeated Coco Gauff in Indian Wells earlier in the year. She had beaten Iga Swiatek at Wimbledon. She had proven time and time again that she could compete with and beat the best players in the world. But the injury had changed everything. After the McNally match, Eala's movement was visibly less sharp. Her shots were less precise. The ankle she had rolled had clearly affected her ability to compete at her highest level. What if questions are always difficult to answer in sports? But Sharapova's declaration has forced the tennis world to confront a tantalizing possibility. A healthy Alexandra Eala might have been the one lifting the Canadian Open trophy. The thought is a testament to how far the 21-year-old Filipina has come, and a warning to the rest of the WTA Tour about what awaits them. Bencic, who advanced to the quarterfinals with the victory, acknowledged Eala's quality. "It's never fun to play someone that has all the crowd support and is playing well," she said. "I knew I had to be aggressive from the start and try to take away her rhythm." But even Bencic had been pushed. The Swiss star admitted that Eala's run had been remarkable and that she had to raise her game to win. Despite the devastating loss in Toronto, Alexandra Eala was already looking ahead. She revealed that she planned to take a short break before the Cincinnati Open, a key tune-up for the U.S. Open. "I'm taking the lessons that I have from these 2 weeks and hopefully implementing them even more and in a better way in Cincinnati and New York," she said. Eala's farewell to the Filipino fans was a powerful message of gratitude and determination. "Maraming salamat mga kababayan sa lahing ginawa niyo para sa akin ngayong linggo dito sa Toronto, sa Washington," she said in Tagalog. "At sa lahing ginagawa niyo para sa akin. Palagi kayong sumasuporta, palagi kayong nagdadasal, palagi kayong nagpupuyat kaya tuloy-tuloy akong magtatrabaho. Salamat." The message was clear. Eala would be back. Stronger, better, more determined than ever. And if Maria Sharapova's words are anything to go by, she will be a force to be reckoned with. Maria Sharapova's declaration that Eala would have won the title if not for her injury is the highest form of praise from a legend who knows what it takes to win. It confirms what the tennis world is slowly beginning to understand. Alexandra Eala is not just a promising young player. She is a champion in the making, and the best is yet to come.